Pleasant good morning to everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to our English class of today. How are you, my dear students? Doing fine? Preparing your lessons well? Staying safe at home? Right. Wrote the test well? Any doubt regarding that? So coming Friday, you will have that interaction session. There we will clear it off. Okay, children? Right. Now, before going to that class, I wanted to give you a small incident. It is not from Abraham Lincoln as you were expecting every day. So it is something else. Once there was a magazine. It will be, that is, monthly once this magazine will be released. The name of that magazine is Thirumagal, right? And this particular person was given the responsibility of collecting some advertisement for the magazines. So this particular boy was appointed to collect some articles for the magazines, which will be coming out every month, once in a month. Right, so he was appointed there as a magazine, that advertisement collector. And the author of that magazine, he took leave unexpectedly one day. Unexpectedly, that author has to take leave, and he took leave. And he has to give some introduction for the magazine of that month, month's issue. He has to written some introduction, but he took leave. So the owner asked that particular boy to write something for the sake of writing. Anyway, he has to write something as introduction. So write something for me to publish in this month's issue, he said to that particular boy who was collecting the magazine, that advertisement for the magazine. Already this particular child has a temptation to write something for the magazine. He was waiting for an opportunity to write something for the magazine. So, as he expected, that opportunity has knocked at his door. And so, what he did is, with curiosity, devotedness, wholeheartedly, using all his talents, abilities, he started writing something about our Indian National Army. Indian National Army, INA. And the owner just read it. He was wonderstruck by the talent, ability of this particular boy. And from that day onwards, he was made as the editor. He has to take up the charge. He got promotion to be the teacher of that particular Thirumagal magazine. Do you wish to know who is this particular person? His name is Muttaya. Actually, his name is Muttaya, and later in his life he changed his name as Kannadasan. Kavinyar Kannadasan, we used to say in Tamil. So, similarly, each and every one of us is provided with some abilities in our life, some talents in our life. The only thing is, we are digging a deep pit and concreting it so that it should never come out of the sea. That is the only drawback that we have, unlike Kannadasan. So, each and every one of you must find out what you are, what is your hidden ability, and try to bring it out to do something good to the society, to yourself, your family, to the nation at large, or to the world at large. Okay, children? Right. Now let us come back to our lesson. In the previous class, we have been learning something about these two gentlemen by name Nicola and Jacopo, right? Though they are very small, of 7 and 6, their behavior is like grown-up gentlemen. Am I right? Yes. So, we will learn how they have, why now they have come to Polta and they were just with their sister. And our author A.J. Cronin, he wanted to know why these children, why this girl is under the custody of this nurse in that hospital. Why she is in the hospital? The author wanted to know. So far the children did not reveal anything about their family background or the purpose behind them working from morning till night. Even though he asks so many times indirectly to elicit the information from the children, they are very cunningly just hidden that secret from that author, right? Now let us continue. In page number 3, please take your books, children. The last but one paragraph of that page. I shook my head and turned away. I felt I could not bear to intrude upon this happy family party. But at the foot of the staircase, I drew up and begged her to tell me all she knew about these boys. So when I saw these two children talking with their sister, lovingly, affectionately, with curiosity, with enthusiasm, I don't want to enter into that their conversation without their permission. I don't want to thrust my nose upon that place. I don't want to get into their conversation without their knowledge. So, I just don't want to interfere in their conversation. I was standing out at the foot of the staircase. And I asked that nurse to come a little aside and asked her to tell me something about these 3 children, what the nurse has known. To tell me all you know about these 3 children. The nurse is asked to tell something about these 3 children by A.J. Cronin. Since he did not like to ask these details to the 2 gentlemen directly, right? She was eager to do so. When the author asked to tell something about the children, she was very curious. She was very much interested, very happy to reveal, to say something to the author. They were, she explained, quite alone in the world. So as far as these children are concerned, they are all alone in this world. They have no relations, no parents, no friends, nobody to take care of. They are all alone in this world. No support, no human support, except for his sister. So these 3 people, 2 brothers and 1 sister. So as far as these 2 boys are concerned, the only person who is related to them is this girl. Her name is Lucia, Lucia. Their father, a widower, a well-known singer, had been killed in the early part of the war. So their father was a widower, one who lost his wife. One who lost his husband is called her husband is called a widow. That wife is lost means he is called as a widower. He is also a well-known singer, but the name of that father is not given in the lesson. He is a very famous singer, a talented person in singing. Had been killed in the early part of the war. There was always a war between Italy and Germany. So during that war, this father was killed by the Germanians, by the Germany people. Shortly afterward, so as soon as immediately after the father is being killed by the Germanians, a bomb has destroyed their home. A bomb is blasted in their home. So their home came to the ground level. Now they are homeless and thrown the 3 children into the streets. Now they have no place to live in, no residence, since their house is blasted by the Germanians. They had always known a comfortable and cultured life. They have been living a comfortable, cultured, civilized life so far. Right? All on a sudden, they were thrown to the streets. See the pity and pathetic situation in which these 3 children are. Especially these responsible boys are. All on a sudden, they lost their father. So the responsibility of taking care of that family has come to these 2 people. And immediately after that, they lost their home also. The home has come to the ground level. So far they were living in a sophisticated home. Now they are supposed to stay on the streets. See, imagine, it is very difficult for them. But they did not lose hope. Lucia had herself been training as a singer. So when her father died, at that time she was training herself to become a great singer. And they had suffered horribly from near starvation. So there was a turning point in their life. They could not proceed with their daily routine, sophisticated life. They could not study. They could not continue their education. They were just thrown to the verge of starvation and exposure to the cold winter. Since there is no residence, no home for themselves to protect from the cold weather, they have to sleep on the streets. For months, can you follow me? Yes. For months, they had barely kept themselves alive in a sort of shelter they built with their own hands amidst the rubble. For a few months, all of a sudden they are homeless. 2 small boys of 7 and 6. Can you imagine the situation in which they are? One girl to take care of. Thrown to the street. See, they did not lose their heart. They did not lose their hope. What they did is, they just built a small house, not house like it is a 4 walls like protection, for protecting themselves from wild animals and the cold weather. They built a small shelter for themselves using the small small stones, broken stones. Using that stones, they built a small shelter for them. Then for 3 years, the German ruled the city. After that, after that their house is blasted, after that, now the place, that area has come under the custody of the Germans. So they were ruling that area for 3 years. The boys grew to hate the Germans. The boys automatically had some hatred towards the Germans because their father was killed by them. They lost their house because of them. So automatically they have some hatred, enmity towards the Germans. So whenever there is a resistance movement secretly to form, they were among the first to join. So whenever there is a resistance movement to protest against the Germanians, these 2 boys will be the first person to stand against the Germans. So they used to participate in the resistance movement. The reason behind is they have some hatred towards the Germanians, since personally they are affected very much. When the war was over and when we had peace at last, they came back to their beloved sister. So they just put that girl in a kind of caring center, and they were participated. And when the war came to an end, they came back to the sister, to see their sister. And they found her suffering from tuberculosis of the spine. When they come back to see her, they found that the sister is affected by tuberculosis of the spine. Spine tuberculosis. So after narrating this much, very curiously, without breathing, she stopped a little, the nurse. The nurse paused, took a quick breath. Did they give up? After meeting all this, after coming across all these troubles and tribulations, do you think that they gave up? I did not have to answer that question, because you yourself know it. Do you think that after meeting all these troubles, after coming across all these tribulations, do you think that they gave up? I need not say the answer, because you yourself know what they are doing now. They brought her here, persuaded us to take her into the hospital. They brought the girl here saying that she has some illness and asked us to take good care of this girl, their sister. In the 12 months, she has been our patient. She has made good progress. So for the past 12 months, she has been our patient. She is admitted in this hospital and taken care of by the people. She is under our custody for the past 12 months. You can just imagine these two boys of 7 and 6 taking care of the children, that girl, by hospitalizing her in an hospital and paying for it, food, clothing, medical expenses, everything is met by these two children. There is every hope that one day she will walk and sing again. So there is a lot of improvement in her health. Her health issues has become better, and we hope that very soon she will be getting up and walking and moving, doing her routine work, and she will sing again also. This is what the nurse told the other, A.J. Cronin. Now, you can just imagine how A.J. Cronin will react to it. He is eagerly waiting, just watching what she narrated. He is eagerly hearing what the nurse told. Of course, everything is so difficult now. Food so scarce and dear. We could not keep going unless we charge a fee. But every week, Lucia's brothers have made their payment. See, nowadays, there is the scarcity for job. There is no job opportunities in our city because of the aftermath of this war. Even there is scarcity for food. And along with that, these children has to take care of themselves for food and clothing and their daily expenses. Along with that, they are meeting the medical expenses of their sister. See, we could not keep going unless we charge a fee. We cannot run this hospital if we don't charge a fee from them. So we have to run the hospital by collecting fees from the patients, by getting money, and we are giving treatment. But every week, without any fail, these people are paying their sister's medical expenses. Their payment is upright. She added simply, I don't know what they do. I don't know how they are getting the money. I don't know the means of income of these children. But they are very prompt in paying the medical bill and the expenses of the sister. I do not ask. Work is scarce in Verona. I do not know how they are getting the money, how they are earning the money. I did not ask so far. But they are very prompt in paying the money. And nowadays, job opportunities is very scarce in Verona. There is no opportunities at all. Nowadays, due to this pandemic situation, we also, our parents, our people, our neighbors, most of them lost their job opportunities, right? Everyone is struggling to have their existence. So similarly, this lady says that I did not ask them so far, but I know one thing, there is scarcity for job in Verona. But whatever it is, I know they do it well. Whatever it is, now they are very perfect in their work. Yes, I agreed. I said, yes, I too know that. They could not do it better. They are doing their maximum. They are trying their maximum to have a better existence in this world, to meet the daily expenses of their life, their sister also. I waited outside. So these all the informations that is given by the author given by the nurse to our author. Now, I waited outside until the boys rejoined me. After 1 hour, as they promised, they returned. And then drove them back to the city. I took them in my vehicle back to the city. They sat beside me, by the side of me, not speaking. They did not speak out even a single word till I reached the destination. For my part, I did not say a word. I too did not ask anything to them regarding this matter. I knew they would prefer to feel that they had safely kept their secret. I know very well that they wish to keep their secret. Yet, their devotion had touched me deeply. Even though I did not ask them, in my heart, I was impressed by the activities of these two children. War had not broken their spirit. War broke out in the city, but it did not break out in their spirit. Their spirit is not at all disturbed because of the war. Their spirit is not at all disturbed when their father died. Their spirit is not at all disturbed when their sister was alone, when they become homeless. Right? How well they have managed the situation. War had not broken their spirit. Their selfless action brought a new nobility to human life, gave promise of the greater hope for human society. So their sacrifice, selfless sacrifice, has given promise for human society. That is why I told you in the beginning, that is, as long as there is people are willing to sacrifice their life for the sake of others, there is hope for humanity. As long as Jacopo and Nicola are ready to sacrifice their life for the sake of their sister, there is hope for Lucia in this world. Hope you understand. So now, do you feel that the title given by the author to this lesson is apt? Actually, I told you it is a drama which was written by Shakespeare, Two Gentlemen of Verona. It is about two gentlemen. But here, these children, A.J. Cronin ironically gave the title Two Gentlemen of Verona to these two children of 6 and 7 because their behavior is matured behavior, which is equal to the behavior of a grown-up gentleman. That is why the title is given as Two Gentlemen of Verona. Hope you understand the lesson, children. Right now you read the paragraph lesson once to find out the minor details and the other things of the lesson. Okay? Can you? Now, that synonyms, antonyms and all these things only you will get in this. Who said to whom, you won't get questions regarding that from this detailed lesson. Only synonym, antonyms and all these things. Okay? From the next, read it and come to the next class and We will see the exercise part of it in the next class. Okay, children?